Hi friends, I'm here at Club Champion today and I'm really excited because I'm getting fitted for a new driver and also new shafts. So I'm here with Julian from Club Champion. So Julian, please tell us today why it's important to get fitted for a driver and why it's important to get fitted for shafts.
Different shafts have different ways, different bend profiles, different kick points. So what we do is we dial you in the right shaft. First is the shaft, so we'll get you the right shaft first and figure out what is the best one. The question, is my equipment fit for me? We answer that question for you.
Now, what's the difference between a stock shaft and an aftermarket shaft?
So it's more of a material thing, material consistency. Something off the shelf versus an aftermarket, it's a night and day kind of thing.
So if you have better material, are you saying that
performance-wise it's better?
Performance-wise it's better.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So you heard it here, performance is better.
Yes, and that's what we want.
Take me through the process of the driver and shaft fitting.
Okay.
What are we going to be doing today?
Sure, so what you're going to do here shortly is warm up. We'll start with driver. You're going to hit 5 to 7 shots of driver, figure out what's going on with the driver. And then from there, if it's launch or spin, or if it's too low, too high, if there's dispersion, we'll first dissect the shaft. Then we get the right shaft dialed in, and like I said, we'll use different heads.
There's regular, there's stiff, there's men's, ladies, shafts, senior shafts. So how do you determine what's the right shaft for me?
The TrackMan with numbers, that's how we can kind of look we'll look out for speed and launch and how fast you're swinging it. But yeah, it's more so of us knowing our craft and figuring out what data, figure out what bend profile we need, what weight do we need, what flex do we need.
So you're saying just because I'm a lady doesn't mean that I have to play lady shafts?
Correct. It's just based off what you do at the club. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, well you heard it. Just because you're a lady, you don't have to play lady shafts. So let's go.
And this is the now regular X or the RX.
It's 9 iron.
Yeah, it's 6 iron.
Yeah,
6 iron. Give me 1 second.
Ready?
That's what it doesn't show. So on the left here, you see your numbers here. These are all your shots recorded. We took 5 swings with your current 6 iron. This right screen here is your dispersion circle, okay? We did hit one a little low there, but overall, if you look at your club, so if you go left to right, okay, this bottom row is an average of all 5 shots accumulated here. You're at 70 miles an hour with your 6 iron. That's just how fast you swing it. I can't control that. It's just how fast you swing it.
Okay, yeah. That's my swing speed.
Swing speed, correct.
Okay.
Ball speed. Ball speed is how fast is that ball leaving the face when you hit it.
Okay.
So 101 average. Smash factor. You know what smash factor is?
I'm supposed to know that.
Yeah. So most people have heard of it. So it's 2 things. How you generate smash factor, you get ball speed and club speed together, and you get 144.
Do you want your smash factor to be lower or higher?
Higher.
Okay, so
Higher.
my smash factor is kind of low.
No. It's actually really good.
Oh,
so
is it?
yeah. So again, to get this number, you get these 2 divided to each other, and you get 144. And again, smash factor is efficiency, how well we hit in the club or the club that's in our hand. So being at 144 is actually really good. We for me, I like to look anything above 138. Anything above 138 with the 6 iron, I'm confident to say yes.
What's the smash factor between me and Rory McIlroy?
So on tour, actually, the average for smash factor is 137 and 138. It's an average of all guys on tour.
Okay.
If you're to look on the web and look up tour averages, it's actually 137, I think 138. So being at 144 just shows me that you hit this club well.
Okay.
So realistically, what I'm looking at as a fitter here, she hits the club well. It's more so this number. For a 6 iron, she's spinning it too low. We want this spin rate to be an average of 5, 52, 53. So what's happening with the clubs that are in your hand, you're hitting into the green and it rolls probably 15 plus yards, right? Because it's leaving the face, it leaves the club face like a knuckleball. It just goes in the air, just kind of hits and it rolls, kind of like a driver, right? We want that with the driver.
Okay.
Irons, we don't. Irons, we kind of want to have the right spin, right launch to where we can hold the grain. Right now, what you're doing is you're having so low spin that you're rolling down.
Okay.
Okay, so that's my main concern right now with the equipment, is more so finding the proper shaft, you know, maybe a different head as well, but proper shaft to kind of get this spin up an average of 5,000 above.
Will a golf ball help me with spin rate?
Yes.
Having the right golf ball?
Yes.
Okay.
So having the right golf ball is definitely important when it comes to spin. A lot of people, you know, want to play the Pro one because it's all the time
Right,
it's air,
exactly.
but it's actually not the right ball for everybody.
And also shaft makes a difference.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
So shaft. So the first thing we'll look at first is the shaft. You know, we're going to use the ball that you're hitting right now. Figure out if we can just find a shaft first. But yeah, I mean, there is a thing going too heavy and then going too light.
Okay.
Too heavy is you're trying to find it up here and you're hitting really bad shots. You just don't know where it's at.
Okay.
Too light is you're actually overpowering. So we don't want to go too light because I don't want you to lose control.
Okay.
Obviously, finding the right weight, the right flex to give you that tight dispersion, but the right launch and right spin.
Perfect.
So seeing your numbers, I would probably go into Apex Pro, maybe a combo set. Maybe do like your Apex Pro into like a 7 and then do 654, but do lofts as Apex Pros.
Okay.
Because your tendency is low spin, right? So we want to get that spin. And again, we might sacrifice 5 yards, but I don't mind that. You're getting control, we're getting optimizing your timers.
Okay.
So, yeah. So Mommy has the Cali Apex model. For the start of the fitting, I'm going to use this first and filter through different shafts. I'm going to grab some shafts right now that are a little wider than that, see if we can get that spin up, and start from there. And then after we get the right shaft, then we'll use different heads. Like we talked about using the Zuno and the Apex Pro. So right now, what I did is I grabbed a few shafts that I think is probably going to get that ball in the air faster for her. You know, get that more spin that we're looking for. So what I first grabbed, different manufacturers. I got a KBS TGI 50. We have a Fujikura Vista Pro model. We have a Mitsubishi MMT model, and then also a 2-temper cabinet shaft. So it's just different shafts that I think, as a fitter, that get that ball in the air faster. But yeah, this is the Apex model that she uses currently. We're going to use this first, and then after we figure out what shaft works with us, then we use different heads that she's interested in for sure.
So what am I hitting here?
That's a KBS TGI 50 gram. Right there.
Now this is the same head that I have right now.
Correct, correct.
I almost got you there.
Everything's good. I mean, your smash rate, your launch out a little bit, your spin rate is, this is what we want to see. We might sacrifice a few yards, but look at this. This is night and day already. That's a pretty good number to have.
Yeah, it is.
You know, again, we talked about maybe going lighter but not too light.
Right.
So this is telling me that it works already because look at your control with this. You know, you're hitting this in the center of the screen, which is really good. But not over that, you're getting faster with it, which is good because you're still swinging it the same. We're not changing the swing. You're just swinging it faster. Your smash factor went up, your ball speed went up, your launch stayed the same, but we got that more spin that we want. Now, if we just look here, again, carry in total, this is pretty good. So this first one here worked. Okay, this is the one that's so far in the winning. It's just, we always will try just to see, you know, what works. If the heavier works or like, you know, lighter from what we initially fit, works better too. So this here is the same shaft. It's a Fujikura Vista Pro, but it's a 40 R3. Okay, it's softer than what we hit already. This is the softest version in the Vista Pro. I'm gonna have her hit this. And if it's too light and we see dispersions left and right, then we know it doesn't work. Hit it well. You still swung it, even though it felt heavier, you still swung it the same.
Okay.
But again, it's just spin 36. That's a knuckleball that we don't want.
So that's a no.
That's a no, correct. She's not wrong.
So they're saying this is the arrow and I'm the Indian. Ooh, no. Screw that shaft.
Wrong shaft. So we're gonna go back to what worked.
Okay.
Just look at it.
Good.
Okay. And good. Yeah. So that's definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
You found the right shaft.
It's not lady select either. It's not lady select. Is that gonna be your dance move, right? Go into it. What's that called? I did get it out. That's it. 147 to 153, and you're actually hitting it higher and further. So we're not sacrificing this, we're actually optimizing your lock in. She's gaining 2 clubs less approach into greens, and now going into greens, she knows that that ball will stop. So, good job.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Perfect.
Oh my god.
Oh, can you please put that in there?